Hey guys, thanks for signing up for All Things Front End. I just want to give you a little bit of an understanding of who I am. God, I've been in this industry for a long time, 10 plus years. I've been mentored by some really great people. One of them, maybe both of them, you may be seeing as speakers during this course. And I want to give you a little insight on me, just because I think I want to give some credibility, and I also just want to let you guys know so we can have an open discussion whenever you want. I'm a UX architect. I currently work in Atlanta for a company called Soltech. We're a custom development firm. We are consultants to big enterprise as well as startup companies. My role there as a UX architect is to do all the UX on all our applications. Basically, meet the client, understand what their needs are, and then work through UX to get them to a good user flow, build personas if necessary, and even front-end development. So I've been blessed a lot in my career. It's been a really great and exciting thing. I'll also post a link in the description below just for a little write-up that I had in one of the magazines in Atlanta so you guys can read on your own. It's a little bit more explanatory than what I'm doing now. To give you a little bit of insight on what the class is I wanted to go over basic UI principles, get your head around it, and really have a good understanding of what we're trying to accomplish, which is get you guys to understand UX, how that works into development and design, and then some of the final products will be a midterm and final. We'll have some assignments throughout to kind of grow that, but your midterm or final are really the key things for me. I want you to produce something you can put in your portfolio later. I want something that you can take to an interview. As well as, we're also going to have a recruiter from my company coming to kind of give you guys an understanding of the interview process and just to openly talk to you about the technology industry in Atlanta and in the Southeast. To give you a little bit of insight on what our classroom will be like is I'm going to do these lectures. I'm going to get better at them. I've taken, it's got to be 60 videos trying to get this right, to the point that I had one completed and I sent it to someone, more than one person, but particularly one person who's like, yeah, this is great, but, and now I'm re-recording the whole thing because I don't want to look foolish. So in the syllabus you'll see from week 1 to about week 7, we're really going to go through basic UX. We're going to go through, the understanding of it, personas. I'm going to teach you Sketch, which is a great program to kind of help you wireframe and design. We're going to go through Wireframing 101, which is a big thing because it's going to help you guys. It's one of the things that you guys are going to need for your midterm. Atomic design is something I want to talk to you about in the future. That's something that I really want to push on you guys is a big forefront of what I think the industry needs as far as design deliverables for a product, which you guys will do for your midterm. You're going to have a big intro into HTML, CSS, and responsive design. That's going to be something that I probably will go over for 2 weeks. I may have some smaller things like in discussion and lecture, but I'm going to really want to focus on that before your midterm, and I want to give you guys about 3 weeks of time to really just get the fundamentals down. We will be starting from day 1 kind of talking about it, and I expect you guys to kind of learn on your own and go through that, but we are going to hit on it hard, and I'm going to make sure that everybody walks out of there with a really good base, especially for your midterm. I'm going to stop on midterm because I think things may progressively get faster as we get through, especially depending on how you guys progress. But I'm really excited to get you guys into user personas, wireframing, and design. I think it'll be really fun in the beginning of the course to give you guys something really tangible and get some really good product out of it. And then as we progress through the course, it may be a little more difficult because I don't want to make this easy for you because I want you to understand this industry can be difficult, it can be grueling, but it's so much fun. A little bit of a shout out to Dr. Walker for giving me this opportunity. This was really great. I went and spoke at your campus, I want to say a few months ago. And it went really well. I had a great time meeting a lot of students. Some of them are even in your class. And from that came out of it this course. And I also want to give a big thank you to Soltech. Dr. Walker really opened the door, and Soltech allowed me to walk through it by giving me the opportunity to be there on Thursdays to be with you guys. So the first class objective will really be user personas. I'm going to give you guys a list of questions. I'm going to give you basic, maybe 10 questions max. And I want you to grab students, and if possible, faculty member, because I want the age to differ. Or if you live with your family or your friends, go for someone younger and go for someone older. It could be male or female. I will put that in the description as well, and I'll also have it in your classwork assignment. those questions will determine the beginning of user persona. I'm going to give you 3 industries: music, because I want to give you guys something cool, financial, and medical. So what I want you to do is think of a product, and I will allow you guys to choose whatever product you want. It could be a medical app, financial app, it could be a music app, it could be websites, it could be anything of that nature, and then I want you to take those questions and see how they impact the users and how they're going to use your software or use your website. I know it's a little bit of a fake thing we're doing, and in the future I will give you, and what will be happening especially in week 2, I will be giving you an actual product that I want you to do the same thing to, because this will just be a dry run, and then those personas out of that I'm actually going to sit down with you guys and we're going to discuss them in our lab time. And just for a little bit of understanding, there are 2 big sides of the industry. I don't know the percentages. There's enterprise companies and every size company that uses personas heavily. They want to use real data. They want to speak to users. They want to get really good understanding of what the users want so that their product meets those needs early on. Now, this can be tedious and this can take some time, especially in the development cycle, to kind of get all this research and stuff done early on. There are another side of the coin. There are enterprise companies, startups, everything that are in a situation where they can't wait for that, or they have found that personas have cost them a lot of money. I won't throw out any particular names, but there's some security companies we work with who they've gotten rid of personas completely because they've said it. They get real user feedback because their product's been out for a while. They ask good questions to the user, and then they present those as features and move toward just building the feature flow, making sure that the flow is easy for user intake, and then continue building on that as they go through. The challenge there is that you're really kind of building a roadmap with particularly with certain users' wants and needs, but maybe not all. There's really, in my opinion, and my opinion may not mean much to a lot of people, I think it's depending on the product, depending on the team, depending on the user group, and I like to be as flexible as possible. When the user personas are used, I'm really happy. I love the process. I love researching. I love getting these personas right and then being able to talk through them with developers. I've been on the opposite side where I've enjoyed diving right into user flows with real user data and actually talking to real users and then figuring out business needs and wants. And there is also a little bit of a fuzzy gray area where you may be taking a software that is older. It may not be a software that is wrong, but due to the time that it was built, the process in between them, being that maybe some technical debt, an older technology, and it's just very slow, but the groundwork is there. The users are internal users for a company; they're not external, and you have those users that you can speak to and get their wants and needs. And what's great is you have this roadmap. You have a software that's already there that they use daily. They know all the pain points. They know flows that they would like to see because they've worked through these workflows for their company, or they've worked around their software to get these workflows right. So now you're taking those workflows and you're implementing them in your system, and you're cleaning them up. You're either making them faster, you're taking out a lot of the excess that you can maybe do something automatically, have it automated in the system. So having this fun middle ground where you can work, and again, this isn't a consumer-based product. This is something internally. This internal software that they just want to expand and make better is really fun because you're talking with the user the entire time you're building it. So my personas are in front of me, and I get to work through a user flow. I get to prototype very fast. I get to sit there in front of them and see their reaction, either positive or negative, and then if it's negative, build on that and get something better and more fruitful for their company. One particular company we're working with, they're a big logistical company. They ship cars all over the United States, and they had a software in place they were able to run their company with the software. But in the end, it was really grueling, and there was a lot of gaps or holes in their software as to the fact that they had no visibility to certain things. And it wasn't a big issue. They make plenty of money. They were functional. They had a lot of employees. Everything was fine. But they knew that they were coming to a point where if they wanted to grow as a company, or they wanted to streamline what they do so that people can get more work done or not be so frustrated in the work they have to do daily, they needed a great change. And we went through a great design phase with them. We spent 2 weeks with them. every day, leaving a meeting, wireframing during the meeting, even sketching on paper, writing out flows in Lucid Charts, which is a software that I will introduce you guys, but it makes a big help in my industry. But I think, and depending, some people use different software, but I don't want to get too deep in that at this point. But what it did was allowed us to take what they already have, really do good user experience with their team, and see the impact we were doing so fast. We're almost done with the software. It's been probably 6 to 8 months developing it, and we've been demoing in front of them constantly, and every time they're happy. They see the light at the end of the tunnel, and it just looks great to them. We show them feature after feature, and this is exactly what we want. Oh my God, this is great. And that's something that I can tell you as a user experience person that makes me extremely happy. I try not to have a lot of feelings in my industry in what I do, not because of a lack of passion, but you change a lot. What I'm working on today, the client may not like it, so I may have to scrap it all and go back. So I try to build, knowing I'm just trying to do my best, and if it doesn't work out, it will get better over time. So with that, I know I've kind of told you a story, but I wanted to get you see the passion that I have. I really love this industry, and I hope to bring that to you guys so that when you get into this class and you start getting towards your midterm and your final, these products that you guys are going to be building, I want you to love it as much as I love what I do every day. And I want to see the passion that you guys have for it. I'm going to be looking for that because this is a big part of it, is if you want to be in this industry, you do the best work you can. Now back to the reality of your first assignment, basic personas, questions. I'm going to have a lot of links at the bottom to give you the side of personas and those that don't want to use it. So you'll see the links below in the description. And again, big thank you to you guys for signing up. I'm super excited to see how this class goes and build on it. I believe Dr. Walker's going to give you guys a survey, either, I don't know if it's before or after the class or during, or maybe you already got it. But again, thank you so much. This has been a blast, and I can't wait to meet you guys all on Thursday. Have a good night.